Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Men in Orange and Black, the anti-Penguin podcast, the Philadelphia Flyers fan podcast for the sane fan.
Yeah.
We'll get to anti-Penguins later.
Hmm.
With me is Matt Craig. Matt, how's it going?
Oh, all is well, bud. Just getting over a little bit of a cold, but other than that, I'm going to soldier through it.
Man up.
Yeah.
Man up.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucker. All right. And I'm Steve Murray. We're doing better than Toronto fans whose Blue Jays decided to Maple Leaf it up in Game 7 of the World Series.
What was I thinking? Oh, yeah, they're going to win it all. Give me a break. Oh, goodness.
Thanks a lot. Now we have to get another year of the Tax Dodgers as World Series champions.
Yeah, seriously. It's just absolutely terrible. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we predicted something that came true. You know, last episode we said, hey, Flyers got to get 8 out of 12. And what did they get?
They got 8 out of 12 there,
8
bud.
out of 12.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
I'm smart, SMRT.
So is that positive momentum building? It might be. It might be. Now they're playing Calgary right now and they're down 1-0. We should mention this, but
shut it.
Yeah,
Shut it.
Hopefully we'll turn that fortune around.
Ironically enough, we'll be previewing that game for you later in the third period,
right?
While I'm watching it out of the corner of my eye. Who knows? Yeah. Depending on how long it takes, the game might be over before we get to the third period. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
We might be previewing a final.
Yeah.
In the second period, we'll be hitting the studs and duds and discussing some other personnel along the way. But for the first period, we're going to recap what we've seen over the last 2 weeks. As we said, 8 out of 12, not bad.
Not bad at all.
We'll get into the individual games, but what are your initial overall impressions of the last 2 weeks of Flyers hockey?
Ooh, well, I would say it's been quite good. I would say there's an answer to my question, is there positive momentum building? I would say answer yes. Slow, but it is getting better. The team is starting to gel a little bit more. The goaltending, again, continues to be solid. Even Sam Ersson was playing very well, and we'll, of course, recap his starts before he once again got hurt, unfortunately. But I would say that the momentum is building very, very well. They're already better than what they were at this time at the end of October last year. Last year, they were 4-6-1. This year, of course, flipping the script, they're 6-4-1. So there is some positive things. Power play is much better. Penalty kill is fantastic. It's one of the top units in the entire National Hockey League right now. So that is doing very, very well. You can see I think with Tocchet, with some of his post-game pressers, it's like trying to drill, trying to just hammer it home. You got to put pucks to the net. You got to make sure pucks are going to the net. And for some reason, the extra pass, the Adam Oates disease of the extra pass, always trying to look for the pretty play, it's not always about that. You got to go and take those shots and get screens and deflections in, and that's what he wants. And, I think they're working on it. But for the most part, I think they're doing pretty well. I mean, your thoughts there, Mr. Murray?
Yeah, you get 8 out of 12. That's 2/3 of your possible points. You get 2/3 of your possible points the whole way. You're going to have a pretty damn good season.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely positive results. As you mentioned, the penalty kill looking very good.
Very good.
So we're going to get to
the
season so far.
Yeah.
Statistics. So as you mentioned, 6-4-1, 13 points. Pretty good. Home record, they've been at home pretty much all season. 6-2. The away record, not so great, 0-2-1, but small sample size, so hard to do. Goals scored, struggling a bit. They've only got 30 goals on the year. That's 29th out of 32 in the league. On the other hand, goals allowed, only 29. That is second overall, if you can believe that. So that they've definitely been doing a good job on goal suppression. Now we just got to get a little work on the offense, get that going. It's a little bit surprising given that the power play is operating just under 20%. It was actually 20% going into last night's game against Toronto, but they went an over, so that brought it down a little bit. But since our last episode, it is up over 12 percentage points.
Yeah.
Although still bottom half of the league, because the league average, I think, was something like 21.
What is it like?
But-
I think Edmonton is like 1/3%. Like I think was it like a 33% power play clip overall, and I think like the majority. We're not close to obviously not close to that, but
Right.
we're like kind of middle of the pack, maybe towards the bottom.
Hey, we were 6% last episode. Okay, I will take. And we said what? 18? Give me 18.
Yeah, and
We
we would
19.
be, and we got 19, and we're competitive now. You see the difference in terms of the overall standings,
Absolutely.
right? I mean,
Absolutely.
you're seeing a huge change in that, and that's because of a functioning power play. Now it's like part of it though is the 5-on-5 has to be a little bit better. I think that's another issue with this. And we'll get
one
to
thing
that
that is going good, as we mentioned earlier, penalty kill
Yeah.
up to 90%.
I mean, that's fantastic. In this day and age, to have a 90%
yeah.
penalty kill still, Steve, that's phenomenal stuff. Where there's more spacing out on the ice for the power play, most power plays of the NHL, for us to be at 90%, I think it's fantastic. We never hit 90% when we were with Torts. And Torts always preached defense, and yet we were below that. Now we're at 90%. It's fantastic.
I mean, the goaltending.
That has a lot to
is
do
a
with it.
big key
Yeah.
to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Torts' teams were not getting good goaltending the last year and a third or year and a half,
No.
roughly.
Yeah.
But 90% is absolutely fantastic. We will take that. And I believe going into tonight's game against Calgary, they killed off 19 straight. If I heard Tim Saunders and Fridge correctly on the radio.
Love it.
So I don't know how Calgary scored this one goal so far in the game, but hopefully the penalty kill streak is still intact. So that's where we sit after 11 games. Doing math quickly in my brain.
5-on-5, that Calgary goal, by the way. So it was not a power play goal. There you go.
So penalty kill is still intact as of right this moment.
That's right.
In the recording.
Up to date. Right.
Up to date.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to get into what happened in the individual games. Starting all the way back when they played the Seattle Super Squids. Who had not at that point yet lost a game in regulation. So they were coming in doing okay.
Yeah.
Flyers get 2 power play goals in that game, which
2 for 4.
take that.
Yeah,
2
exactly.
For 4.
Yeah.
That's 50%, people. That's a functioning power play.
Oh, hell yeah.
It take.
Yeah.
Travis can score 2 goals a game, which got him started. I think those were his first 2 goals of the season. So he had a slow start, as we mentioned in our previous episode. So it was good to see him get off the schneid. And to beat Seattle. You said last time that they had not beaten Seattle, at least here.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
since its inception.
Yeah.
Was that
no, go ahead.
actually what? Had they not beaten them ever?
Well, yeah. No, they had beaten them, but we should correct the record. It was actually Owen Tippett that had 2 goals, not Konechny. Konechny did score in the game, but only had 1.
Really?
Tippett had the 2. They give credit to Tippett for both goals. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, Cates
Right,
and Forrester with power play goals. Yeah. So that
I had to go back when I was preparing the outline and watch NHL highlights to remember what was going on in the game because it's been a while. I think what must have happened, I think one of the goals they thought went to Konechny, but probably ended up going to Tippett.
Yeah, there you go.
In the end.
Yeah.
But Owen Tippett continued his hot streak.
Yeah, and he was playing very well. He played very well in that game against Seattle. It was a game that they should have won, and they did. And that's what you do. Like a third-year team, you have to handle business in your own barn, and you did. They really didn't give Seattle much in the way of any offense. Even though they had 23 shots on net, we had 27. The power play was the difference in the game. We're going 2 for 4, and even though we gave up 6 power play opportunities, they only scored on 1 of those opportunities. So that was huge in that game. And Tippett with two really good goals in that game. So yeah, it was overall. I was very happy with that because it's like you should beat Seattle, you should crush them, you shouldn't give them any sort of opportunities for any sort of wins or anything of that sort of. big win. I love it. I think coming off the Minnesota win of the previous game, it was really good. You kind of building some momentum there.
Well, you mentioned 6 penalty kill opportunities. So that the good news is we have a pretty good penalty kill this season. The bad news is we're on the penalty kill way too much this early in the year. So
yeah,
we need to take that down.
Kind of take that down just a little bit.
Control.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then we roll into Ottawa and cannot keep the momentum going. Tyson Forster scores an early goal 20-some seconds into the game. Beautiful shot. And then from there, nothing.
It was...
and not for lack of opportunities.
Yeah.
There were a ton of opportunities in that game, including Michkov had a breakaway. There were a couple of other opportunities in the game. I think somebody else might have had a breakaway too. Just could not put the puck in the net.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, our old friend Uli Lexell scores the game winner for Ottawa. It's putting a stamp on a 2-1 defeat. And I can hear all of the non-sane Flyers fans out there. We never should have gotten rid of Uli Lexell. See, it goes back to Honus.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who
It's
cares?
going to be his only goal of the season.
It was his first on the year, and I don't know if he's scored since then. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe. Pulling up his stats real fast. Probably not.
I'm gonna say no.
It's it's only his second career goal. Yeah, in 50 games played. Yeah,
all goals.
2 goals, 1 so far this season. It's against us. So yeah. Okay, so he scores.
So my comments originally held.
So far, yeah, exactly.
So far,
yeah.
Okay, it bit us.
Frustrated.
We got rid of Jeff Hoffman. Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. See how that worked out for you? Frustrating game. Frustrating when you have Michkov breakaway, which will show on screen. That didn't exactly pan out. You know, he comes out of I think it was coming out of the penalty box.
Yeah, he was coming out of the penalty box. He was
breakaway.
Where Torts says he loves to be.
Yeah, right. We'll do that. But no, it was it's frustrating because it's you could just see he's so close. You know, it's just got to pick it up. That's all. And I think it's just this first new year, new head coach in the system, all that kind of stuff. And, he'll be fine. Just have to remind myself he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. And he was actually later on, which we'll get to a couple of the games. He was masterful in a couple of the games, particularly against Nashville, which we'll talk about. But that being said, tough game because it's you're going up there. We had previewed incorrectly that they had given up a ton of goals already, and you only come out of there with 1, especially when you score real early in the game, and you're thinking, oh man, can't wait. This got to be 5
roll now.
And it didn't happen. And it was you're sitting there kind of going, gosh darn it, what are we doing wrong? And it's the chances were there, but it was just, I don't know if it was really their goaltender that was obviously their goaltender was up to the task for it to only be 2-1.
Lennis Olmark used to be good, and then he just remembered that he used to be good, apparently.
Yeah.
For that game. So
Ottawa also had they outshot us 33-23. So in that game. So that's a significant edge there, being outshot by 10.
Well, yeah, but that's not surprising because Ottawa had been outscoring, in their victories, and they have a potent offense, but their defense had been crappy and lackluster. So that was a disappointment.
Yeah,
the disappointment rolled into a game against the New York Islanders, getting off to a slow 2-0 hole.
Yeah.
When second period, probably must have been second period. Trevor Zegras finds Christian Dvorak in front of the net for a beauty of a goal.
I love that
backhand.
Yeah.
And then Zegras goes on and scores the first of his first as a Flyer, but his first of 2 goals, it turns out, on the night. As the Flyers get back down 3-2, then he gets the power play goal and just a massive scrum in front of the net. Ties it up at 3.
Cates made sure it crossed the line, basically, at that point. How they found it to be really Zegras' goal, but you could definitely see on the replay where he does come in and kind of give a good whack to Sorokin, basically on his pads, and that kind of loosened the puck up as it's trickling towards, and just barely crosses over the line. And then Cates goes, "Oh, look at what I found," and I just slam it home, even though it crossed the line. Obviously, when it went in, but Cates made sure it went in, which I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
Scrappy goal, which I absolutely loved. Some of those goals, that's something you have to keep in mind for young Flyers, players in there, is that not all the goals are going to be pretty. And some of them have been buttes by Trevor Zegras, no question. But they've got to be gritty. You got to go down deep into the muck in order to score those important goals. And that was a huge power play goal in the game there. Tied the game up. And then, of course, Michkov with the shootout win in that. So you wanted to talk primarily, though, about Sam Ersson. I mean, he had some 10-bell saves.
Yes.
In overtime in particular.
Jim Jackson mentioned at least on 2 occasions that Ersson made saves that prevented riots. Because before the first one, Tippett gets held.
Oh, yeah.
And it turns into a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Which Ersson has to flash across and make a save. And then in overtime, the Islanders had too many men on the ice, come down on a 2-on-0, and Ersson makes a huge save.
Yeah.
So thanks God for that. And then Ersson does his thing in the shootout. He's apparently a very good shootout goaltender.
Yeah.
Good to have that. And that's important because we get to the next game.
Oh, my goodness.
Against the Schittsburg Penguins. And, of course, we're up 2-1, third period. Sidney Crosby has this ridiculous goal that has no business going in. Off Sealer's stick, off of Sealer, off of the post, off of Ersson, into the net.
Just like he planned. Give me a break. It's like, give me a break. That's going to be on the Weird NHL video in the NHL.com YouTube channel. I mean, that was a weird goal. And it just seems like most of these goals behind the net are just something where you're just hoping to throw it up there, hit it off of somebody's back, off of somebody's stick. And it's
that's not even what he was doing. He was trying to pass that.
Yeah, no question.
He was trying to pass it, and he fanned and it hit Sealer.
Yeah, and it's like and ricochets off a couple of different bodies, and it goes into the net. It's like, are you kidding me? And they were dominating that game.
That kind of help against us.
Yeah, yes. The Flyers were dominating that game. I think you were right. You were saying that basically prior in the preview, the Penguins, okay, yeah, they're the top of the division, but I'm not really sure, they've faced quality opponents.
I'm not sold.
I totally agree with you. After what I saw, in the replay and the highlights, they don't look like a top level Metropolitan, like they're going to go for the the top 2 or 3 places. That's just not going to work.
Reminds me of? It reminds me of the Capitals from last year.
Yeah.
Like you'd watch that, you'd see them at the top of the standings, like, oh wow, they're good, and then you'd watch them play, and you're like,
how? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it was. So the tied at 2, we go to overtime, and that's when shit gets real.
Right?
Okay, first, Noah Cates gets obliterated in the corner, no call. Puck's coming down the other way. Chris Letang gets hooked, so the Flyers go on the penalty kill. But before the play is whistled dead, Letang finds Malkin coming straight down the middle, scores goal. Penguins win in overtime. No.
Wave that off.
Malkin jumped on the ice for the goaltender before the goaltender had even crossed his blue line. Now, I did not know that is not a too many men on the ice penalty. That is just a premature substitution.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's dumb, but whatever.
Well, I mean, that probably would work. I mean, by the letter of the law, I guess that makes sense because it's like you have to allow a certain distance, I believe, from the bench in order for the sub to come on to the ice, I guess, right? Or something along those lines. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. It should be a too many men because you have an extra guy there who shouldn't be there until your goalie's actually.
Yeah, so they wave off the goal, but don't assess the penalty. That's frustrating.
Right.
Yeah.
But that we get the penalty, we kill the penalty off, then we get a power play.
Yeah. We end up scoring. Yeah. We end up scoring. Forster on a great goal. Offside.
Forster recognized. You could see him as they went. He's like, as they're going, he's like, I think that was offsides, boys. Might have been offsides.
He was.
He was correct. Yeah. Zegras did not bring the puck all the way in before he brought it back and then in. So no goal. but the Flyers do not crumble despite all the weirdness. As the period ends, a scrum ensues.
A brouhaha.
Brouhaha.
Yeah. Zegras gets tossed, 10-minute misconduct, and
everybody who was on the ice, who was a skater, actually got a misconduct.
Yeah.
That included Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Who should not have been on the ice.
Yeah.
Now the rule is if you illegally leave the bench for a scrum, and this was the best part. There were Pittsburgh fans on X being like, "Oh, well, he didn't leave the bench for the scrum. He was just skating around preparing for the shootout." And then I see. Yeah, well, here's the best part. What I wanted to do, Sam Carchidi, one of the Philadelphia beat writers, posted a picture just separately of the scrum.
Yeah.
And there's an 87 in white clearly holding somebody up against the board.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was in the scrum. Now, the rule is if you leave the bench illegally to join a scrum, it's a 10-game suspension automatically.
Ooh.
But, of course, it's Sidney Crosby, so we're going to bend the rules for him.
Teflon.
Exactly.
Teflon Sid.
So
Boing.
we go to a shootout. We don't have Zegras, the best shooter of all time, apparently. But they didn't have Crosby. We end up winning, cha-ching, 2 points.
That'll work. Exactly. We get the extra point. So there you go.
Exactly. All right. Then the Nashville Predators come in.
Stanley Cup champion. Nashville. Oh, I'm sorry. That was media.
Hereby anointed Stanley Cup champion Nashville Predators.
You correctly said, and I remember when we were texting back and forth on this game, you were like, 3.5 out of 5. And I was thinking about that. And it was like 3.5 out of 5 stars. And it's like, you know what? I think you're right on that. Because the way they started, it did not look good. They could not get any shots on net at the beginning of the game. But then in the second period, they kind of caught fire. And it was really like Zegras' goal that we'll throw up here. It was really, really good because you have Michkov along the half wall, and he does a tremendous play with his back skate to keep the puck in his possession while shielding off. I think it was like, I forget who it was on Nashville's, one or two players.
There were 2 players. Actually.
Yeah. Feeds it over, just kind of chips it over to Zegras, and Zegras kind of just walks right to the middle of the slot.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah. Fantastic goal. And that kind of got the party started a little bit. Because then you had Drysdale with a great goal, and Michkov again with another primary assist behind the net. Did very well there. 2-0. And then the power play goal in the third, where you had basically a Cates win to York to pass across the Zegras on a one-timer, and that's all she wrote. 3-1, empty netter by connecting.
An empty net goal. But, so you were like, oh, great win. And I'm like,
yeah, I was kind of like
sloppy.
Yeah, it was kind of a sloppy-ish win. I would agree. I think the way they showed the tenacity to come back once they got that first goal, I thought, okay, now it's like they've turned the switch, and they turned the switch. You could definitely see it, and they played with a lot more confidence after weathering a storm that Nashville was doing. Nashville, to me, with all of those players, you got Ryan O'Reilly, Jonathan Marchessault, Philip Forsberg. You've got like forwards there that can really put the puck in the net.
Yep.
And for all of the fancy passing that they were doing, they were not putting it past Vladar. Vladar was on his game, obviously. I was keeping him alive. I love what Tocchet said afterwards. He was like, he was our smelling salts. Mm-hmm. He was a smelling salt of the game. And it was true. It was absolutely true the way he was playing. They got dominated, of course. Like I think Couturier got hurt in this game, so they lost a lot of the faceoffs in that game as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I think you were right. I think initially I was like, oh, great, that was a great win, but it was more like 3.5 star game.
It's a game they lose last season.
Easily
have less talent.
Yes,
that's
yeah.
We've got Zegras is a lot of talent, and that helps to score goals when you can't really manufacture them. I think at one point we had 3 shots.
Yeah.
Like the shot totals through the first period and then maybe half were just ridiculous.
Just to give you an idea, Nashville had outshot Philly 24-11 after 2 periods of play, and yet the Flyers are up 2-1 after 2 periods. So, yeah, and they outshot us 33-18 for the game. So,
and by the way, Tampa Bay Lightning starting to look pretty smart with letting Steven Stamkos.
Yeah.
He does not look like himself.
I just wonder, I just wonder about him now with the rest of his career. really in Nashville. If you're looking at the Nashville Predators, it's like this is not the Steven Stamkos that we signed, a couple of years ago. He still has not shown up, and that's troubling if you're a Nashville Predators fan.
All right, so we got a 3-game win streak. Toronto Maple Leafs come in. You think you're catching a break because no Willie Nylander, but there was no Sean Couturier for us either. And yeah, 5-2 loss. Dan Vladar gets pulled. I don't think he played poorly. Just some really well-placed shots by the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Tyson Forster takes a shot off the boot in that game. Finished the game, but as we learned today, will be out for at least the next few days. So hopefully he doesn't have anything broken and can be back soon. But he is missing tonight's game against Calgary, which is now ended the second period. Calgary's up 1-0. So.
Jeez.
One thing for sure in the Toronto game, too much passing.
Yeah.
Not getting the shots to the net. That's
funny, in that regard.
Problem.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. That's funny because, according to game stats, Flyers outshot Toronto 33-27 in the game. But yeah, way too much passing.
Yeah, but it was
way
the third
too much
period.
passing. Yeah,
the third period they came on and had a lot of shots, and this is not for lack of chances either. I mean, Zegras hits both posts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I think Tippett had a post on a power play. They had opportunities to score. If it goes in, things might change. But there were a lot of opportunities to get shots through, and they just were making the extra pass and deferring. And that's not how this team is going to score goals. And they're not scoring goals, as we see. 29th in the league with 30 goals through their first 11 games.
And you're not going to beat a top. I hate to say they're a top team because they're not. They're kind of sixth right now in the standings. But a team like Toronto that has made multiple trips to the Stanley Cup playoffs, you can't overpass against Toronto. You have to take your shots. And you at least have got to give Stolars an opportunity to make saves, that kind of a deal.
Well, one of the goals was the direct result of it. Somebody, I don't remember who made the play, but they come in and they try to force a pass to the middle instead of getting the shot through. It comes back the other way and goes in our net. I mean, that's just can't have
that. Yeah,
got to shoot the puck. Damn it. As we roll into the second period, we're going to talk about studs and Blue Jays.
Damn it.
They made some really bad base running blunders.
Oh, game 6 in particular. It's like, I don't know how, with the ball in front of you, you'd try to go further than what you're supposed to. The ball is in front of you. Like, if you're on second base, don't leave because the ball is like to the left fielder. What are you doing? Trying
game
to
7. The strikeout, I think it was a strikeout, right? And then throw out. Like, why was he going?
I don't know. Yeah. That's what happens when you put all of your faith in trying to stop the LA Dodgers on a team in Toronto. You're thinking like, maybe, just maybe that. Nope.
did maybe Mitch Marner sign with them in the offseason?
I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
All right, let's get back to talking hockey because that's more fun.
Yeah.
Than talk about the stinking tax Dodgers and their Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
False
nonsense. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Who's your stud for the last 2 weeks here with the Fly Guys?
Yeah, I was kind of bouncing around a little bit, but then I went with Travis Konecny. Oh, I'm sorry, Travis Konecny. I was looking at his stats, and despite being a -3 over the last 5 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. So he has 4 points in his last 5,
including his 200th career goal.
There you go. I mean,
198 more than Ole Luxell.
There you go. That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Let's just pump the brakes on Ole Luxell here. That kind of a deal. No, I was encouraged to see him kind of get off the schneid a little bit, and the relief on his face when he scored. I think it was against Seattle. It was a great tic-tac-toe play. That actually Zamula who
Yeah.
we've ripped on this podcast before. Z actually saw him and right to him, and an easy tap-in goal, and it was a huge relief for him. It was great. He's playing very well. Back to his own self. He was getting involved in the Seattle game big time, which was great to see. The things we were calling for last episode, he's responded, and it's really encouraging. So he definitely gets my stud over the last 2 weeks for sure.
Too bad he wasn't on the ice for that overtime scrum with Pittsburgh.
Oh, my gosh, that would have been... Yeah, but then we would have lost them, too, in the shootout, so it's like at the same time.
Well, he didn't score the shootout, as I recall.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Yeah, I wish we could have had him on there then.
Who did score? It was... it was Brink and Michkov.
Yeah, Brink. Right. Yeah.
That we didn't mention that. Brink was a fantastic move in the shootout.
Yeah.
On whoever that goalie is.
Yeah. Who cares?
That also reminds me.
Yes.
Pittsburgh's coach.
Do you know who he is now?
He looks like the South Park the South Park version of Jeff Bezos. Like a big giant bald head.
Oh God.
It's the dude is
Oh goodness. Well, speaking of, I was just going to say, what would be your stud there, Bud, for the 2 weeks? So I think we have an interesting dichotomy here.
I'm going to fake. Yeah, I'm going to fake you out. I'm going to go Zegras.
Oh, you can go Zegras. Okay.
Gets his first goal as a Flyer. He's got 4 goals. He's got a point. Is it a home point streak?
Yeah.
Must be a home point streak.
Yeah, to start his career.
Tied with Peter Forsberg and Peter Zezel with 8.
Crazy.
To start your Flyers career.
Yeah.
That's some pretty good companies.
Oh, yeah.
Doing well. He's been good on the power play, working with the Cates line as the 4th forward on that unit. People keep calling the number 2 unit. I'm like, they're the only ones scoring.
Yeah, so they're number 1.
Number 1 to me.
Yeah.
Just, you got to deal with it, people.
Yeah.
And he's making some good plays, setting guys up, and he's frankly, he's been everything we were hoping he would be when he got here. I'd love to see him clean up the face-offs a little bit, but other than that, doing a good job.
Doing very well. Yeah, I would agree. Do you think too early to tell with the trade so far? Because I have no idea what Ryan Poehling is doing. Yeah, so I think it's still too early to tell. But so
Ryan
far
Poehling's
early
scoring. Yeah, he's not scoring at a point a game pace.
No. But so far, as advertised, as hoping that we would get for him, and he's stepped up. I mean, he's been fantastic. His puck ability. Yeah, his puck moving ability and his passing ability. I think the one thing that I was surprised with is how good of a passer he is and how he spots the open guy very, very well in that regard. So, really good player. Excellent player.
Hopefully he can keep it up through the whole season, be consistent. Now we're going to go to your dud.
Yeah.
Which is a little controversial.
A little bit. Yeah. Well, Michkov was a little controversial last week, I guess. But Jamie Drysdale. Yeah. Jamie Drysdale. And the only reason I say Drysdale is not that he is doing very well. I just want to see his 5-on-5, like the plus minus, get much better. I think that he's been on ice for a couple of really bad goals. And, he's still... To me, it's like I don't see a settled down defenseman. I see someone that particularly in the defensive zone, when the puck is on his stick, there is this nervous tick that he has to get the puck up and out. And sometimes he freezes and doesn't know what to do. That kind of a deal. Just slightly. That's maybe just a little bit of a nitpick. Overall, though, I will say his game has definitely improved and has gotten better. Certainly, I think the game against Nashville was one of his best games of the year. The goal that he had that Michkov had scored, or that Michkov gave the pass to him. That was a great goal. Stayed down below the goal line, presented his stick well, put it right past Saros and in
where a defenseman should not be.
Where a defenseman shouldn't be at all. But for me, my defenseman position, I would just love to see him be a little bit more confident in the defensive zone. I don't see that out of him on a night-to-night basis as much as I would like for him to be. And so that's where I'm kind of giving the dud to him. It's like I just want to get him a little bit more motivated. That's all. That kind of a deal.
I hear you, but I completely disagree with you.
That's fine.
I think he's been not perfect, certainly, but his defensive capabilities, I think, have been light years ahead.
I would say that
of where he has been in the past. Mm-hmm. He's made some terrific defensive plays. His analytic numbers, which I don't understand.
Yeah, what are they like
on 5? I don't know, but 5-on-5, his numbers are actually really good.
Yeah.
And I think some of his minus is on the power play, actually, because they've been scored on a couple times while up a man on the advantage. So I don't look at his plus minus as that indicative of his play. I'm looking at the eye test. He's actually been very good defensively. 3-on-3 in overtime. He's made some terrific defensive plays. The Islander game comes to mind. He made some outstanding plays to shut down potentially dangerous opportunities for the Islanders in the overtime.
There you go.
So I think Drysdale's been actually
I don't know. Maybe it's just the game I saw. Maybe it was just the early part of the Nashville game. I'm thinking to myself, early on in the game, and maybe that's what I'm recalling. I don't know.
Could be.
His
skating has also been very.
Oh, it's much improved.
Confident.
Yeah, absolutely. Much improved over, especially when we first got him. It was like light years ahead. He's gotten so much better, and that's due to Todd Reardon, I think. Working with him, and he's been really good. Yeah. So a very, very minor dud. I couldn't find any, to be perfectly honest. I think the team's been playing.
I found one.
You did.
I found one. You're right. It was hard to find one because it's been a good 2 weeks. 8 points out of 12. Mm-hmm. Your only losses, one was to the potent Toronto Maple Leaf team, which we kind of expected. Mm-hmm. The other was to Ottawa, which I also kind of expected. So a good 2 weeks overall. Mm-hmm. But I found one.
Oh.
And his name is Noah Juleson.
Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna say, well, Steve, Noah Juleson,
third defensive pair.
He has a third defensive pair. He hasn't been terrible. It's not like he's on the ice for a ton of goals.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything kind of bad to the eye. He's not really noticeable, which is good for a defensive defenseman because it means he's not getting burned. Like, Steve,
what the hell?
I'm like, dude, it hurt the captain of the team by shooting at his elbow.
Keep the puck down, right?
When you're shooting from the point into traffic, you keep it low. Deflections.
Yeah.
Okay? You hit the poor man on his funny bone, and he missed the Toronto game, and that was important because we got our ass kicked in the faceoff circle.
Yeah, exactly.
So Noah Juleson, you're on my shit list.
How dare you? Yeah, that kind of a deal. Oh, that's awful.
All right, so we've completed studs and duds. We got a couple other people we just want to discuss. Weren't really deserving of either a stud or a dud. The first being Sam Ersson. I thought Sam Ersson in his 2 starts played very well. The Pittsburgh game, he let in that one softie to Barstool, but other than that, he was very good.
Yeah.
Including in overtime and in the shootout once again. And against the Islanders, he also played very well.
Yeah, especially after giving up 2 and, did very well the rest of the way. Very well the rest of the way.
And like we said, prevented some riots in South Broad Street.
Right.
Because the referees were
terrible.
Their
yeah, exactly.
But the other problem with Sam Ersson has now reared its ugly head, and that is he is hurt once again. And I was trying to recall last year he was out, I think, at least 3 separate times with injuries.
Yeah.
And that's been a bugaboo with him is he seems to get hurt a lot. And the best ability is what?
Don't know what. What? The best ability is, I'm sorry.
Availability.
Oh, availability.
Availability. Come on, you're killing me.
I'm sorry, man. It is like 9 o'clock at night. I am ready to go to bed.
I don't care if it is daylight
availability. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is a huge issue for him. I don't know what it is in that regard. And I feel like those 10-bell saves came at a cost, unfortunately. Again, it's like he shouldn't have to make east to west saves, right? I mean, that's ultimately you want to stay square to your net. defensive breakdowns again just seem to happen in front of him all the time. 2-0, 2-on-1 in overtime, in particular against the New York Islanders, or against Penguins. Yeah. It's the same deal, and it's those stretch plays where he's got to go across his net, and I wonder if that is putting a strain on his groin or his core. I don't know. Certainly does seem to be that way, and he's nicked again, Steve. And it's like, okay, now you got to bring up Kolosov, from the AHL. To fill the void. And, Vladar has played very well. Toronto notwithstanding, I'm fine with Dan Vladar. I think you're going to be,
Absolutely.
It's like, he's not going to give you a shutout, but the way he's playing right now, I love him in net.
Love him. Up until the Toronto game, he hadn't given up more than 2 goals in a game.
Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking, like, Toronto's an outlier. That's like, okay, you're going up against the Maple Leafs. They've still got a very talented roster. And, we were overpassing that particular game. I'm not particularly worried.
And they were sniping. I mean, all of those goals were
they're ridiculous.
Legit.
Yeah. Like, all legit. All in the top corner. You're not going to stop every single shot like that. But I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about Sam now because it's like, okay, he's hurt again. For now, what is it now? The 3rd consecutive year he's been nicked up. He hasn't played a full. Obviously, you're switching back and forth. You're trying to figure out what you have with him. Yeah. But I'm really worried about this guy. I really am. And it's like now it's not necessarily the save percentages that have gone down year over year over year like I've harped upon. It's the injury concern. And it's like, I don't know, if this is continuing, I don't know what can be done with him to bring him back in the lineup, that kind of a deal. And you need him. That's the thing. You need his starts. You need him to start at least 25, maybe close to 30. But now with him being out, that might be 25 starts. And you give Vladar 50, and then you have Kolosov mopping up. We'll see.
I feel like when he starts playing well, he gets injured.
Yeah.
And you can't have that.
Yeah.
I'm really doubting that he is going to be part of the future of the team, which is a shame because I think he's a good stand-up guy and a good guy for the locker room. But, I mean, you can't rely on a guy who can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
And this is not like it's not like, it's this injury there and that injury there and it's all freak stuff. It seems like it's the same issue, down there in the nether regions. Something's not right.
It's hard. I mean, that is one of the strongest. It's got to be, you have to have that muscle group to be the strongest, especially in your goaltender. And if you pull it, it takes a long time to get back. As fans will know, fans that played the game will know. It's really hard to try and get that, because it's confidence too. You have to make sure that your hope.
Oh, absolutely.
In that regard, that mental block you have to get over as well.
And you wonder sometimes if that's part of the struggles. Like
I think so.
He's afraid to get hurt again, so he doesn't overextend himself, and he is out of position.
And then again, it's like it's not necessarily his fault because again, it always seems to happen. I don't know why. It doesn't happen with Vladar, not nearly at all, but it happens with this guy. It happens these defensive breakdowns where it's like you got a 2-on-0 and Sam, can you make this 10-bell save so that we can at least escape out of here with a point?
Right.
I mean, you should never put your goaltender in that kind of a situation. And so in that regard, I do feel bad for him. But at the same time, it's like, you got it. This is the 3rd year in a row now where he's going to miss time. So all the best for him. I want him to be 100% healthy, and I want him on the team in order to get better and to rebound with a lot of these stats. But it's
got to be on the ice.
But you got to be on the ice in order to do that. Availability is the big deal, right?
Availability. So, all right, now let's just quickly touch on Matvei Michkov, who you pointed out was a dud, right, last week, which was, I think, deserved. He hadn't shown much. He was not the same player he was the previous season.
He shut me up.
Yeah, he did. But I think he's coming.
Yeah.
The last few games, he's been skating a lot. He's been much more noticeable. He's skating a lot more. He's making plays. The play you called out in Nashville when he's shielding 2 guys off the puck on the wall, kicks it to himself.
With his
and
back
feeds
skate,
Zegras.
by the way. With his back
Yeah.
skate. I mean, that's like, he's left-hand shot, so that, his right foot
Yeah. To
kicks
have
it
the
to his
presence
stick.
of mind to make that play.
That's incredible.
Absolutely.
With two guys on him, trying to get the puck away from him, and he was able to, like, from
And he was
skate
down
to
on
stick.
one knee at one point, like he had been knocked over. So
Crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Michkov is coming. It's good signs. I think we were right to be concerned. Hey, something's off, but I think he's getting into better shape.
Yeah.
And he's getting more ice time now, and I think he's
showing. Yeah, I love his
needs to be.
defensive positions as well in the defensive zone. He is helping out defensively, where he's not just hanging out kind of like blue line into the neutral zone waiting for that breakout pass. He is helping his guys, so he's learning from what's being taught. And that, I think, is a credit to him being, going into the video training, talking with the assistant coaches, talking with Hockett, saying, okay, what do I need to do? And he said, we need you to come back here. This is where we need you to be. And he's responding to it, which is great to see out of a young kid like that.
The good news is it sounds like he's the one who's initiating.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what
he's the one going to talk and say, hey, let's do some video. And they go, okay, let's do some video.
Yeah, and we'll buzz it through it. And and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
now I get it. And it's like, now he's helping out his teammates, which is great. That's what you need sometimes. You're not always going to have that breakout pass, and it's like, and I love what Hockett's also saying with him too. We want him to be going more north. It's like we want him carrying the puck. And you saw that in the game against Nashville when he took the puck north and stopped along the half wall and shielded the puck from two other players. That kick, from his off foot to his stick to give it to Zegras for the goal. That's a very underrated play, a very very fantastic play as well. Great play.
This is the part of the program where we remind you that we're recording this in advance of the Wednesday episode drop. So, yes, there will already have been 2 games that are completed by the time you hear this.
Yeah.
So don't shoot the messenger. And one of them is being played right now. As we're doing this.
But don't worry, everything will be fine after a couple weeks, after this is all over. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with that? So we're ending the homestand against the Calgary Flamies. Coming in at 2-9-2.
God.
Dustin Wolf last year, he didn't win the
he did not. No, Layden Hudson
he was a finalist.
He was a finalist, though. Yeah.
He was a finalist for the Calder. He comes in with 8 losses on the year, 881 save percentage, and a 363 goals against. And of course, he's blanking us into the third period, where we only have 10 shots with 16:20 to go.
Oh boy!
But our old friends Joel Farabee and Morgan Frost coming back. I don't know if they got video tributes or not.
Probably not.
I'm kind of
yeah. Because they had
do?
careers, but yeah.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Well, yeah. Now, didn't you say to me before that people aren't liking Morgan Frost in particular because of his defense or something like that? Or I forget what it was. Maybe that was incorrect on my part, but he's not being warmly received in Calgary, or there's been some issues with Calgary. Even though he's second on the team in scoring, I think, right?
He was, when I looked this morning.
Yeah.
But Calgary is not a high-scoring team, so that was not a high bar to clear.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he comes in with 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. So it's not shabby, but
not,
I think what I recall was after his first game of the season, TSN was like, "Oh, Morgan Frost is going to blossom here in Calgary," and then after that, point totals and not great.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. Leave it to TSN with their spot on hockey reporting. Give me a break. Anyway,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
How'd that work out for the Blue Jays? Anyway, the Flyers finally get on the road where unfortunately they will be taking on a red-hot Montreal Canadiens
The
team.
Cardiac Canadians. Yeah, they seem to win all their games in overtime, Steve. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
9-3. Dobish is the clear leader on the goaltending side with a 6-0 record, .930 save percentage, and a 197.
So that means we score
goals
5.
Against.
That means we score 5 goals up against them, I guess. Or?
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Right?
I would like that.
Yeah.
The interesting thing was the media here in Philadelphia seemed to have this obsession with wanting Dan Vladar to play tonight against Calgary because it was his former team. And I'm like, no, you start him. It's back-to-back.
Yeah.
And they're Coach Tockett, what is your position on playing goalies in back-to-back games? And Talk's like, oh, we look at everything, workload, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, unless it's prime Marty Brodeur, no, you don't start a guy back-to-back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had Toronto. You're not throwing, especially since it's Kolosov.
Yeah, you're not throwing Kolosov against Toronto.
You're not throwing Kolosov. You want to build the guy's confidence up.
Mm-hmm.
Put him against Calgary, who's 2-9-2.
Yeah.
You're not playing Vladar, Toronto, and Calgary, and then starting Kolosov against the Canadians, who are 9-3.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
Exactly. Yeah.
So stop it, Philadelphia media. You're stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was a scrum in front of the net. Nick Suzuki leads the league in assists with 16, and Cole Caulfield leads the league, or is at least tied with 10 goals to lead the team.
Caulfield's the real deal. Got to watch him real quick in that regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dobes, it's going to be interesting. 6-0 with a .930 save percentage. That is phenomenal. Good GAA under 2.
Let's hope Sam Montembeau is in net.
Right? Yeah. That's crazy.
At least he's got some losses on his record.
It's all his fault, not Dobes' fault. Yeah, exactly.
Right. All right. Then the Flyers go into Nashville. They're going to be done with Nashville very quickly here in the season. We just
Stanley
saw
Cup
them.
champion?
So we don't have a
Yeah.
we don't have a lot to say about them other than, interestingly enough, I was looking at their roster this morning.
Yeah.
Matthew Wood, who's a rookie, scored his first NHL goal against the Flyers because obviously that's how things go.
Yeah.
He is the only plus player on the Nashville Predators.
I mean, it just goes to show
everyone else is either 0 or minus.
I mean, that's the problem with the Barry Trotz that, it's like you're trying to capture lightning in a bottle, get as much free agency as you can, but they all have to mesh. And I'm not so sure they're all meshing, Steve, to be perfectly honest.
You know what this reminds me of? It's the 2011 Dream Team.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And now, I mean, it's in Nashville, Tennessee, so there's not much in the way of, like, media coverage. But if this was, like, in any sort of, like, Canadian city, Northeast city, the media would have a field day over all of this. But because it's Nashville, Tennessee, and no one really cares what goes on in Nashville, this is kind of just like, okay, it doesn't really matter. This is just Barry Trotz going off his deep end and saying, hey, let's play fantasy hockey and see if we can get these guys to all mesh and meld together. Unfortunately, Ryan O'Reilly is 45 years old. And then you have a few other players that are approaching into their 40s, Jonathan Marchessault and others. It's not good. It's not, and Steven Stamkos is 60. So, I mean, it's like when you have all of that mesh coming together to try and, make a difference in a very competitive Central Division, and it doesn't work. It's not good. It's a recipe for disaster, to be perfectly honest. So
let's hope we can get another 2 points out of them.
Yeah, I would love that. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So then on Saturday, we come home to face the Ottawa Senators yet again. Very interesting split here. They are second in the league in goals for.
Yeah.
But they are 32nd dead last in goals against.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somehow they are 6-5-2. So go figure.
Yeah. Olmark giving up 38 goals in the year. Yeah.
League leading 38 goals against.
Oof.
And that's league leading as in worst, not best. Worst goals against.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And Dylan Cousins, -11.
I mean,
really early in the year to be.
It is early, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, my God, get your defense together, Ottawa. You know, that kind of a deal. We have got to score goals in the Saturday matinee of this team. We got to score goals since we didn't do it up there. We got to do it down here. So yeah, I would think the guys have got to get ready for that game in that regard. Yeah.
And then you get 3 days off before yikes.
Western Conference champs come into town.
Western Conference champs come in. They're only 6-4-3. Connor McDavid, three goals, 14 assists, 17 points on the year. So he's obviously leading the team in points, but he's -3, interestingly enough.
So what do you think that is? 2-year extension. Do you think that's kind of like, or is he still the best player? He's still the best player in the world, right?
Oh, he's still the best player.
Yeah.
I'm just the 2-year extension. I'm almost like he's like, all right, you get 2 more years to get this together.
Yeah. Right?
Because
yeah,
otherwise it's too freaking cold up here.
I'm outski. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, Stuart Skinner, part of the problem. Currently sitting at .900 save percentage and a .252 goals against.
So I'm assuming if we shoot
terrible.
No, but I'm assuming if we shoot off his blocker, he's not going to catch it, and he'll doink it like right off, and it'll land on somebody's stick, and we'll end up scoring a goal. I mean,
nice.
That would be very nice. Yeah, I don't know what to make of Edmonton. I know they're right now. I think they're second as of the time of this recording in the division, but still, again, too early. Everything's shuffling a little bit. You got to be ready. And the fact that we have 3 days to prepare is really great for them. So I love that. It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting game. And if Skinner's in net, I like our chances, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I like our chances even more if Cal Pickard's in net.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other goaltending option. And, coming off a Stanley Cup loss the way it went down, for your GM to be like, yeah, we're going to roll it back with Stuart Skinner and Cal Pickard in net. I am amazed McDavid signed that extension.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. Doesn't get any easier for St. Louis, though, next on the schedule here, right? I mean,
St. Louis sucks.
Well, they're
3-7-2. Penalty kill is at 69%.
Then we should be 4 for 5, right? I mean, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Former Flyer Braden Shen, 2 goals, 3 assists on the year, -13.
Wow.
And Jordan Binnington is not doing well this year.
Yeah, that blooms off the rose.
860.
Yeah. 860 save percentage. Wow.
That's like Fedotov numbers. 321 goals against. Yeah, that's not ideal for the Blues. So that hopefully is 2 points, even though it's on the road.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next night doesn't get any easier.
No.
Dallas Stars coming in. Well, not coming in. We're going in.
The next
they're
night,
6-3-3. Yeah. Jamie Benn has yet to play a game this season, though. Apparently, he had a collapsed lung.
So it's the same with Lindros years ago. Had the collapsed lung. Yeah.
They're currently led in scoring by Mikko Rantanen, 14 points, 5 goals.
No surprise.
And Jake Ottinger off to a good start, 5-2-2, 9-13. 2-5-3.
You remember in the Western Conference Final, he got pulled, I think, in one of the games or something. I think it was a game 6 against, at home. And, I mean, by DeBoer. And
Game 7.
Game 7, that's right. And DeBoer, I had to. And it's
threw him under the bus.
Why? He's like your goaltender of the future. He's like your number 1 goalie. What are you doing to his psyche, you idiot? You're out of here. You're fired. You're the one that needs to be fired there, pal.
Yeah, and I watched part of that game before he got pulled. I didn't think
he didn't deserve to be pulled. Yeah, exactly.
No, not at all.
Totally ridiculous. Yeah.
So that's why Pete DeBoer is out of the job.
And why we can sit here and criticize him, because that's what we do.
Exactly.
All right, so looking at the schedule here then.
7 games, 14 possible.
Assuming they're not going to win tonight, unfortunately. I was going to say, I think we could get 2 points out of Calgary. Unless
it's 2-0 now.
So that's not going to happen. Okay, so
and we're up to 12 shots with half a period left to go.
Yeah, so that's probably not going to happen. So, okay, write that off. Montreal ain't looking good. I would say 2 points out of Nashville. Okay. I think we could get 2 points out of Ottawa.
Okay.
I'm looking at the Oilers, and I could definitely see one. I could see it going to overtime or shootout or whatever. We may lose that game, but I could see us going to the extra frame. I see 2 points out of St. Louis, and I see 0 out of Dallas down there.
All right, so you're giving me 2, 4, 5, 7. So you're saying
So half, yeah.
14. Half.
Yeah.
Calgary's
disappointing me because
Calgary, obviously, I'm witnessing it now. So that's kind of biased. I think you're right, especially if we're not going to have Forster for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
That Montreal game is going to be tough. They are
mm-hmm.
doing very well at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can get Nashville. I think we can get Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the splits are the same as last year. Ottawa's really good at home and terrible on the road.
Terrible on the road.
So,
yeah.
Since it's our barn, I think you're right. I think we get 4.
Yeah.
I think we get 2 at St. Louis.
The travel too between Nashville and coming back home, that shouldn't really matter. I think we should be fine for that. Perfectly fine. Yeah.
I'd like to get 8 out of 14. I think maybe you could squeeze a point out of Dallas. Maybe you could squeeze a point out of Edmonton. Maybe, depending on who the goalie is, maybe you can get 1 out of Montreal. So I'll say 8.
You'll say 8. Okay.
8 out of 14. I think 8 out of 14 would be a good number.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than half.
Of the games, let's just say Edmonton, Dallas, because those are probably the two hardest games on the schedule.
I don't know. Montreal might.
Montreal is up there too. I'm not too terribly thrilled about that. But specifically the Western Conference, I'm looking at for Edmonton and Dallas. There, which one do you think is the harder one of the two to get points from?
I would say Dallas.
Dallas, yeah, just because it's on the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not because it's on the road, but more because I think Dallas plays a better defensive game. And, Edmonton's got those wild cards in net. So.
Yeah. Who could still be very good, but then some other nights you're kind of like, ah. But and you also have 3 days to prepare for Edmonton as well. So it's like you can do a lot of deep dives there.
You got 3 days to prepare, and Edmonton has really been up and down. They've lost some funky games. So I just think Edmonton's an easier get potentially just because Dallas has the goaltending.
Yeah.
Right. I would take Ottinger over anybody Edmonton's got.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And
right.
they play, even though it's DeBoer's out, they still play a decent defensive game. So I think you're harder pressed to get something out of Dallas than you are Edmonton.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I really wish we could be beating Calgary right now, and we're not.
Yeah. What the hell, man? Dustin Wolf.
Yeah.
Where is it? 881, 363. 13 shots ain't going to do it, boys.
No, exactly. So, oh well.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes the next 2 weeks. We will be back in 2 weeks to cover what happened. Hopefully it's not a disaster.
Yeah.
But as Matt said, we'll see.
We're off to a good start. We're off to a better start than last year, so we'll see.
Absolutely. Let's not cock it up with this Calgary crap.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next episode, we'll say let's go Flyers.